Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are solving systems of equations using word problems. I know, two of your favorite things combined in one lesson, it's okay. We're on page 32, and as you can see, I kind of squishied this problem on the bottom. So I'm not going to do that because I don't really have enough room to do that particular problem. So I'm just going to get rid of that. So up here on the top, let's make it nice and big, and we will do some highlighting. I love to highlight. At a recreation and sports facility, 3 members and 3 non-members. Ooh, I should get and. And is an important word. It means addition in math. Pay a total of $180, okay, total 180, to take an aerobics class. A group of 5 members and 3 non-members pay $210 to take the same class. Again, that and is going to be important because it's addition. How much does it cost members and non-members to take the aerobics class? Well, now I know my X and my Y because the cost for members and the cost for non-members. That's the X and the Y. All right, so let's highlight, we highlighted. Let's write down what X and Y are. So, X equals members. Oh, I gotta call this a let statement. Let X equal members. And Y equal non-members. And both of those are cost. So it's members cost and non-members cost. So I'm just going to write cost under here. And I'm also going to add a $sign because cost is dollars here. So the next thing I have to do is write an equation. 3 members. So 3 times X plus, because remember, and is plus, 3 non-members, 3Y, equals $180. All right, and the next is 5 members, 5X, and 3 non-members plus 3Y equals $210. All right, now looking at this, you can see I have my coefficients and variables lined up and my numbers, my constants on the other side. That means I can do elimination for this problem. Now, what do I want to eliminate? The X or the Y? Well, the Y has the same coefficient. But, in order to do this, remember those 3 things. Same variable, Y, same coefficient, 3, opposite signs. That's what I don't have. So in order to get opposite signs, I'm going to multiply one of these times -1. And I'm just going to do it to the top one and look at Y. So this is going to be -1. I'm not going to rewrite that because I'm lazy. I'm just going to put this underneath here. And I get -1 times 3x is -3x. -1 times 3y is -3y. And -1 times 180 is -180. Aha! Now I can just add these two together. 5x minus 3x is 2x. Positive 3 and -3 is 0. 210 minus 180 is 30. Oh, Bono, 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 you lazy thing, look at you. Divide by 2, and I get x equals 15. 15 what? Members cost, it's in dollars, so I'll put my little floating $sign up there. So now I know x is $15. And I can go back and substitute that into one of the equations. So 3, and I'll put the $15 for x, plus 3y equals 180. And remember, it doesn't matter which equation you pick, both of them will do, it doesn't matter. Why did I put x and not 15? Bono, Bono, Bono. Oh, thank goodness for whiteout. You should have stock in this stuff. Now, where the x was, I'm putting 15. Well, 3 times 15 is $45. Plus 3y equals 180. Minus the $45 from both sides. and I get 3y equals, oh gosh, 135. And I've run out of space. So now I have to take that back up here. 3y equals 135. Divide both sides by 3. And you get x equals $45. Oh, sorry, lies. Y equals $45. Now, I have answers, but I don't really. I have to write it as a sentence. Remember, when you read a word problem, you want a word answer. So I'm just going to squiggle, squiggle, squiggle around here and write the cost for members is $15 and non-members yeah, there's my dyslexia just showing itself. I did another P for a B. I'd be more careful when I write. And non-members is $45. All right, so the cost for members is $15 and non-members is $45. That's it. Doesn't have to be fancy Nancy. It could be just easy. All right, let's read the next problem and highlight some stuff because that's my favorite part, highlighting. Here we go. And one car model cost $12,000 and an average of 10 cents per mile. I'm going to multiply. Another car model costs $14,000 and it's 8 cents per mile. If one of each model is driven the same number of miles means I have to make them equal to each other. After how many miles would the cost be the same? All right. So there's a couple of different ways to do this, but I'm going to start with a let statement. Let x equal miles. Now, the first one is $12,000 plus, because remember that word and means plus, 10 cents per mile. Per means multiply. So times x, and that's going to be equal because it has to be the same to 14,000 plus 0.08 cents per mile and the same x per mile. So now I can solve it. All right, I want to get all the variables on one side, all the numbers on the other. And since I'm going over an equal sign, you have to do the opposite. Minus 8 cents times x on both sides. And you get your variable on one side. You get 12,000 plus 2 cents per mile equals 14,000. Subtract 12,000 from both sides. And since we're going over the equal sign, you have to do the opposite. And the opposite of add 12,000 is minus 12,000. And you get 0.02x equals 2,000. Oh yeah, that's a lot, right? So you have calculators. There's no reason you can't divide on the calculator. I mean, you don't need a calculator. You could do it, normal, but, oh, that's not a very good looking zero, is it? Let's fix that. Here we go. And let's see, 2,000 divided by 2 cents is, 100,000. Wow, that's a lot of miles, huh? And it's 100,000 miles because it said when will the miles be the same? And we started with let x equal miles. Let's put a little box around that because that's part of the answer. And then you have to write a sentence because you always have to write the sentence. The cost will be the same at 100,000 miles. Make sure you put a unit on there. You know you lose credit if you don't use your units. All right. The next one is one of those larger than, smaller than number things. It's okay, because we're just going to go slow. The larger of two numbers is 5 more than twice the smaller. So I have to start with a let statement. And I'm going to let x equal the smaller. Not that it matters. You could reverse it. It's okay. Y equal the larger. Okay. The larger of two numbers, y, is, here's my part, 5 more than twice the smaller. There's my highlight. 5 more than is 5 plus. Twice the smaller is 2x. If the smaller is subtracted from the larger, so what is that? The larger one, y, goes first, minus the smaller one, x. The result is 12. Is the equal sign. That is the equal sign. Now I have to find both numbers. But I have two equations here, and they're not set up where I can do an elimination. So and they're not equal to the same variable, so I have to do a substitution. 5 plus 2x is going to be substituted for that y. So instead of y, I'm writing 5 plus 2x. And when I do minus x, I'm going to do minus 1x equals 12. Now the equal sign is over here. These numbers are on the same side, 2x minus 1x. When they're on the same side of the equal sign, you do what's given. 2x minus 1x is 1x. So you get the equation 5 plus x equals 12. Be careful. 5 plus 2x, 5 plus x. Oh my goodness. Stock in whiteout is going up. 5 plus x equals 12. Subtract 5 from both sides, and x equals 7. And I'm all done, right? No, I only have part of it. I got to find the y. So now I go back and I'm just going to fill in for y. Y equals 5 plus 2x. Y equals 5 plus 2 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14, so y equals 5 plus 14. Y equals 19. Bam. Now I have to write a sentence. The smaller number is 7, and the larger is 19. Okay, so I just have to go back and look at my let statement to tell me what I'm using for the larger and the smaller number. Or I could just use logic and know that 7 is smaller than 19. All right, next page. And we are not doing this ridiculous problem, number 13. So squiggle, 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 that is just an awful problem. And we're gonna skip that completely. And we're gonna come down here and do the bicycle one. All right, a bicycle store costs $2,400 per month to operate. The store pays an average of $60 per bike, and they sell the bikes for $120. How many bicycles must the store sell each month to break even? Okay, so let's highlight some stuff here. $2,400 per month to operate. That's how much it costs. And they pay $60 per bike on top of that. And they sell them for $120 per bike. How many bicycles must be sold? Bicycles is the key word there. That's my let statement. I'm going to start with let x equal bicycles. All right, now it's $2,400 a month plus $60 for each bicycle, and that's going to equal $120, what you sell it for, times the same number of bicycles. It looks harder than it is. It's not that bad. Right, we're going over the equal sign, so we're doing the opposite, minus 60x from both sides. 2,400 plus 60 minus 60 is 2,400, and that is equal to 120 minus 60 is 60x. Divide by 60, and, oh, well, let's just cross off these zeros. 6 goes into 24 4 times, and the 0 equals x. Now, yeah, that's an answer, but it doesn't answer the question. It's just 40. 40 what? 40 cookies. No, you have to put a unit on there. They must sell 40 bicycles to break even. And it doesn't ask us any more costs or anything else. It's just, that's it. 40 more bicycles to break even. And I crossed off this top question because it's a typo. There's 2 typos in it, actually. I fixed them, but we can't do that problem because of the typos. So now we are down here at the last word problem. Thank goodness we're done. An ice cream parlor sells ice cream cones at $1.10, and sundaes cost $2.35. One day, the receipts for a total of 172 cones and sundaes was $294.20. How many cones were sold? Okay. We want to know how many cones were sold, but we also need to know how many sundaes we had. So, let x equal cones and y equals sundaes. Now, let's highlight some stuff. Cones cost $1.10 and sundaes cost $235. And the total for 172 cones and sundaes was $294.20. All right, so 2 equations here. Cones plus sundaes, x plus y, has to equal 172. But the price, $1.10 times the number of cones, plus $2.35 times the number of sundaes, has to equal $294.20. All right, now we have to figure out what we want to get rid of, the cones or the sundaes. So I'm going to get rid of the cones. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to get rid of the cones. I want to get rid of the sundaes. Silly me. So how do I get rid of the sundaes? Well, I know that the x's are lined up and the y's are lined up and the numbers are lined up, so I can do an elimination method. But in order to do that, I have to take this top equation and multiply it times the cost of the sundae, but negative cost of the sundae. So when I subtract, it disappears. So negative $2.35. So negative $2.35 times the cost of a cone minus $2.35 times the cost of a sundae equals negative 172 with nothing else. Okay. Oh no, it's not negative 172. Look at me being all silly. I forgot to multiply negative $2.35 times 172, which I am not going to try and do in my head. I did all the other problems in my head. Now this one I definitely need my calculator for. So here we go. Clear that. Negative $2.35 times 172 is negative 404.2. Here we go. Now, when I combine these, the Sundays will disappear, but now I have to do something about this. Since I already have that, I'm just going to add 294.20 to that and get 110. So this is going to be 110, but it's negative because the 404 is larger. See, negative 110 equals $1.10 times the number of cones. If I divide by $1.10 on both sides, I get X equals, oh wait, I forgot, this is because I subtracted there. I didn't subtract very well though. $2.35 times X, and it's negative, plus 1.10 equals, that should have been 1.25. Sorry guys, don't get mad at me. Yeah, get mad at me, I did bad math. Sometimes mistakes happen. Negative 1.25 divided by negative 1.25. Negative 110 divided by negative 1.25. Let's see what we get. Oh, it is positive 88. I'm going to do that again just to make sure. Here we go. 110 negative divided by 1.25 negative is positive 88. Oof, got scared there for a minute. So positive 88 what? Cookies? No. Cones. It says how many cones were sold. It doesn't ask me how many sundaes were sold, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to write there were 88 cones sold. And that's enough word problems for today. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.